I didn't forget this morning. You forgot. You forgot this morning. I was so ready.
Greg?
And then you
Greg?
texted me to cover up the fact that you forgot.
Nope. I said, hey, are we lettucing this morning? And you're like, no, you forgot, not me. No.
You forgot. I didn't.
But
I
then
never,
you
I never
said,
forget. Yeah.
Then you said you had to pee first.
Yeah, I did. And then that made you pee because peeing is contagious.
And then I peed, and then you got here before I did.
Yeah.
Because but I also stopped and had, I'm going to be fully honest with you, I didn't just pee. I had Triscuits and hummus as well, a little bit.
Man. So you had Triscuits and hummus while you were peeing? So like you're peeing and you're just kind of free falling it, whatever they call it?
No.
And you've got Triscuits in one hand
free
and a
yeah.
you know, when your dick is just loose and you're just peeing everywhere, you're free falling.
All right,
it.
sure.
And you're
sure.
dipping the Triscuits in the hummus. This is what you call a cold open. We haven't even done the intro yet.
Oh, we have. When's the intro start?
Right now. Hi, everybody.
Okay.
Welcome to Two Guys
Lettuce.
Talking About Lettuce. My name is Greg
Talking about
Benson.
My name is Greg Benzine.
And I'm in a great mood because this is our first time recording since the presidential election. And I mean, and everybody's in a great mood lately. Like everybody's happy. And
sure.
I feel like we need to address something just to clear the air, just to get it out of the way. I'm sure everyone is expecting us to talk about this. So let's talk about Kung Fu Panda 4. Now, there's a new evil character in the movie. And she's called the Chameleon. She's the antagonist. Now, she's a sorceress with the ability to shapeshift into others as well as steal their spiritual chi to mimic your abilities. So I don't know if you guys have seen the movie. I don't mean to give you any spoilers, but halfway through the movie, the Chameleon kills the Kung Fu Panda, and he's dead.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he's totally dead. And it's really violent, very bloody.
This is not what happens.
No, it is.
I
It is.
highly doubt this is what happens.
No, I saw the movie.
First of all, I doubt that you've seen the movie.
No, you can't make stuff like this up. This is all true stuff. And so she kills him, and
would be
the rest of the
weirdest
movie
choice for any writer to make.
Yeah,
for a
I know.
children's movie.
They took a chance, but
Yeah.
the rest of the movie is just all the other characters like going through like the different stages of loss.
Oh, my God.
After they lose someone, and there's a lot of depression. They really address the depression issue. People come over.
Okay.
Apparently, Kung Fu Panda was Jewish, so people come over to sit Shiva.
Oh,
They bring
really?
over food to the house, and they cover all the mirrors in the house.
I don't think they ever established that Kung Fu Panda was.
They didn't want to make a big
Jewish.
deal, I think, over his
Sure.
religion, but apparently he was a very religious Jew. And so they come over, they cover all the mirrors, and they hang out in the house, and they stay there.
Seems like that would take over his whole life if he was very religious. Like
he was very,
spend a lot of time.
No, he spent a
doing
lot of
kung fu.
He used to. He would go home and he'd read the Torah. Listen, they don't show that in the movie, but that was just a big part of his life.
It's weird that they would not show that until after he dies.
Yeah. After he died, they showed how important his Judaism was to him. Anyway, so the rest of the movie is a funeral service in actual it's in actual time.
Okay.
It's in real time. Yeah. So you get to see the whole funeral service, and it's very a lot of crying.
This sounds like a horrible movie, an absolutely awful.
I mean,
movie.
honestly, it's my least favorite of the Kung Fu Panda movies because the others are so fun, and this one, first of all, it's shocking when he dies. Like I don't know if you've ever seen the movie.
I feel like I would have
Psycho.
heard about this. I would have heard about this if this movie actually did this.
You're hearing about it right now. I'm telling you right now.
Okay,
this is all new for you. So, you should see the movie Psycho. It's not a movie about a blonde lady who steals some money. It's not about.
Right.
It turns out it's not about that.
It is called Psycho.
Yeah, and you think, maybe she's the psycho.
Well, you do think
she
that
stole some money.
I mean, the first time people saw that movie, they may have thought that. Like, when is the Psycho thing happening?
She was a big star, and then all of a sudden she gets murdered like half an hour into the movie, and it's shocking. By the way,
pretty great.
Sorry for the spoiler for any of you who have
Yeah.
not seen that movie.
Now in that movie, it's pretty genuinely great, but it seems like an odd choice for Kung Fu Panda 4 to do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was a unique. I would say it's a unique choice.
Yeah, because it's a children's movie. Number one,
Not
number
this
two,
one.
It's the fourth
Not this
in a
one.
series, and it's a comedy.
Only the first half is a comedy. It starts off really goofy and funny, and then the moment he gets killed, and it's really violent. Like his head's chopped off and everything.
You gotta wonder then, who is this movie for?
Blood squirts out from the neck, just squirt.
Sure. Oh
squirt,
my God, it
squirt.
gets gory.
It's so gory, and it's like, and it's shocking, and everyone's screaming and crying.
Who did they make this for? Because like people are gonna bring their kids to this. It's not for kids. It sounds like no.
It tells you on the poster this film is not for children. Actually, what it says is only the first half of this movie is for children. The second half is for the adults, because sometimes you need adult entertainment also.
You know, if you're going to make you don't want to put like you don't want to make a kids movie into an adult movie halfway through. You don't want to do that.
No, I mean, when I went and saw it at the theater, they did a very clever thing. What they did is halfway through the movie, they just paused it right at the death scene, and then they just switched the audience out. All the kids left, and then a bunch of new grown-ups came in. And then
that seems really confusing. Like why would the grown-up? How did the grown-ups schedule that when they were going to see the movie?
Two separate screening times, and they were very clever because you'd think that everybody would just pay half price for the tickets.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah,
no. Everybody paid 3/4. So the studio and the theaters made an extra 50%.
Oh, they made an extra 50%, and also they made it awkward to schedule around. And you're going to see the second half of a movie, so you're not even going to feel like you got the whole story.
Yeah, and nobody from the first half stayed to the second half. They're
not going to get the whole story either.
No, and it's fine because the first half you're like, oh, happy movie, we're happy, and then second, so sad. And grown-ups love sad movies.
I mean, there are a lot of great sad movies.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, my God. I love a good sad movie.
I don't think you do. You
God.
strike me.
Oh,
Did you see the movie Amore?
It's pronounced Amore?
No.
That's Amore, is that you're talking about.
No. Amore.
When you make a movie that's spelled Amore, that's Amore.
It's spelled Amour, I believe. Amore.
I've never seen it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did you want to watch that movie a little more, or have you already seen all of it?
It was the right amount. It was the right amount.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a great movie. I liked it a lot.
Did you like that movie more than other movies?
I did like it more than a lot of other movies. Yeah.
This is a great conversation.
Sure.
I hope we get a chance to do this a little bit more.
Okay. Well, we are doing it more, and you're in control of that. So.
That's
we
the
can
end of the Amore section of this podcast. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Oh, you know what? I've never seen a Kung Fu Panda movie.
Oh my God! Oh, they're so good, and it really inspired me. In fact, I actually started a martial arts class because of it.
Oh.
I took this is just recent.
You started teaching one, or
no. I
started
taking a martial arts class.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's great. You know, I mean, it's expensive, because you got to get all the supplies, the canvases, the brushes, the paints.
Yeah. Now, is this okay? Well, it sounds like an art class.
I'm taking art lessons from a guy named Marshall. That's what I said. It's a martial arts class.
You know, I grew up in a town.
Oh, come on. Can you just acknowledge how hilarious that was before we move on to the town?
I have to move on. I'm sorry.
God damn it. I wanted I wanted you to acknowledge that was a brilliant piece of comedy that I just did.
Greg
martial arts. Do you get it? His name is Marshall. He teaches an arts class. Yeah.
It's a pretty standard joke coming from you. Because I mean, if this were the first time I were ever talking to you and I didn't know that you were a goofy man, I might have enjoyed that joke.
All right.
I've heard you tell jokes like that so many times.
God damn it.
I just try something new. Try a joke that surprises me. Try a joke that I like. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. How many light bulbs does it take to screw in another light bulb?
Probably a bunch.
Great. So tell me about this town where you grew up. You grew up in a town called Marshall?
That was it? That was the joke?
It's not a joke, man. Does everything have to be a joke with you?
Okay, I mean, in that context, yes. I was expecting a joke.
You want everything to be a joke.
No, not everything. I like the movie Amore. That movie is not funny. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. We're done with that section. That section.
Yeah, we're moving on.
Okay. Okay, yeah, the town of Marshall. I grew up in the town of Marshall.
Great, where they make the amps.
Nope. But that is how it's spelled. That is how the town is spelled.
Okay. So it's named. There was law enforcement there.
There was law enforcement there, but not U.S. Marshals. Not U.S. Marshals.
Shoot.
No.
Okay, I don't really follow. I don't really follow.
And
you.
we didn't practice martial law as well, but we did practice martial law. So
it's just the law in Marshall. I get it.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Did you have martial arts classes there? If they have if they had art classes in Marshall, where was that? Was that Marshall, Iowa? Is that where you grew up? Marshall, Idaho.
No.
Something with
Wisconsin.
an I.
Wisconsin.
Well, I knew it has an I in it. That's fine.
It has two I's in it, I believe. Yes.
No, just one.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Aikido. There was they taught Aikido right on Main Street in Marshall. So
okay, I'm not familiar with that kind of art, but that's terrific.
It's a martial art.
Sculpture.
It's a martial.
Okay, we're not gonna.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. But actually, any art in that town would be a martial art, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's not what you were saying, though, because you weren't talking about my town.
What I said.
Okay, that's what you were saying. I don't know why I have to naysay everything you do, Greg.
Yeah, you're a naysayer. Sometimes you say nay, just like a horse. A horse is a naysayer.
Nay.
Yep.
Yeah, like that.
Why do horses have to be such naysayers?
Well, it's just how their voices work.
I guess so. I've never talked about that before. That's new.
That is okay. That was a new joke. That was new.
I have to be real for you for a second, and I'm not going to talk about politics, but I will say this: since the election, I have removed all news apps from my phone, even Reddit and Facebook, because I just don't want to see news stuff. I don't want to see out of people sharing articles. I don't want to see any of that stuff.
You know, my friend did the same thing, and he has also kind of vowed he just got rid of all social media, and he was addicted before.
Yeah.
And now he listens. Now he's just listening to full albums of music. He's not listening to streaming services.
I love listening to full albums.
Listening to full albums.
Well, you can listen to full albums on streaming services.
He might use the streaming service for the full album, but he's not listening to algorithms.
Now you're changing your story.
I don't know how he's doing it. I don't know.
Okay. Oh, so now you're just making stuff up then if you don't know how he's doing it.
No,
this whole story's made up.
No.
We caught you in a lie.
The very basic information is true that he's listening to full albums.
Okay.
That's still true. Yeah.
I don't even think this friend of yours exists. Let me ask you a question.
No, he does. His name's
this
Matt.
Friend of yours? Is it me? Is his name Greg?
No,
it's me because I listen to full albums.
You do, but you also listen to.
I listened to
streaming?
a full album this morning.
Okay, what was it?
East Side Story by Squeeze.
Okay, cool.
I love Squeeze.
That's great.
Yeah.
Great.
Although, everybody seems to think East Side Story is their best album. I like Argy Bargy much more.
Okay.
See, Argy Bargy only has one song I skip, and on East Side Story, I skip like 2 or 3.
You are starting a war with our commenters. You're going to start a war.
I can't believe that he would say he likes Argy Bargy more than East Side Story. God damn it. Bippity bip, bip, bip.
And if you get into later...
They don't have to say that.
If you get into later Squeeze, here, I also have an opinion about later Squeeze. A lot of people go like, the album Ridiculous is a really good album, and they don't like the album Domino. I switch the two. I think Domino is a better album than Ridiculous. Now, look, that's going to surprise a lot of Squeeze fans.
Yeah.
But what are the odds that a lot of Squeeze fans listen to this podcast?
I think it's very low. Very low.
Yeah, very low. All right, let's get on.
Okay, go on. You were saying you quit on all. You could quit all social media.
Yeah, I did.
Is that all you were going to say? Or were you going to say something else?
I was probably going to say something. I probably had some sort of point to make.
Since the election, you've quit all social media.
So here's the deal. So when you quit all the social media and all the news apps and the things that you have on your phone that, whenever you have an extra 5 minutes, you're picking up your phone and you're just scrolling, the old doom scroll or doom stroll. If you have a doom stroll, I would suggest you just stay home that day.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Stay home. Yeah, don't go on a doom stroll.
No.
Anyway.
Okay.
So you need something to do. You need something to look at. And for a while, I was like, well, maybe I could just find something else on my phone. But everything, I don't know. It just seemed like a waste. So you know what I've started doing? God damn it. I can do it without the cursing.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that was you.
It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary to take the Lord's name in vain, Craig.
Are you telling
No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Thank you.
I would appreciate it.
Thank you for... Okay, I'm glad. Good to know that you would appreciate me not doing a thing I'm not doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you could just be cool, man. I mean, we don't want to offend people. We don't want to offend all the religious people
Good to know.
who might be listening to us, who might not want you to take the Lord's name in vain. So, Jesus Christ, I decided what I'm going to do.
Wait, are you referring to me as Jesus Christ, or did you just take the Lord's name?
Yeah, that's my nickname for you. That's just my nickname. You have a nickname,
sure.
And you can't change your own nickname.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like that's taking the Lord's name in vain.
Nope. No, because I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about that Jesus Christ. I'm talking about you, man. Yeah, I'm talking about you, man. Your name to me is Jesus Christ. I would call you Jesus Christ. Anyway,
who's that voice?
I don't know. I'm just trying new characters.
Okay.
Sure. One of the things that people listen to this podcast for is to see what new character I do this week.
Yeah, what new character you're trying out. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just trying out new characters.
Sure. Okay, now move on.
In the second half, there might be another new character. I'm just going to say.
Sure.
So what I decided to do?
Yeah.
Crossword puzzles.
Nice.
You know what? I've always liked crossword puzzles. I meant to say that. That was not a conversation mistake. That's what I meant to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crossword. Yeah, that's a little known. A lot of crossword enthusiasts, they call it crossword.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's true.
Yeah.
So anyway, so here's the thing about crossword puzzles.
It's kind of French. Yeah.
They make you smarter.
Crossword.
You learn things when you do them. First of all, you have to. Your brain has to kick in for. First of all, you can't just sleep through a crossword puzzle.
Yep.
And then you learn stuff.
Have you been doing the New York Times crossword puzzles?
Never heard of it. I don't know why that's funny. No, you know what? I mean, honestly, I have not, because I don't get the New York Times, but I've been accessing some online, and then I print them out because I don't like to do them on my phone or on a device. I like to take like little notes, scribble things down. Yeah. And here's the other thing: love to do them in pen. That way, when I make a mistake, then I have to like go over them in pen to change the letters. It's much more fun. I don't like to do them in pencil. I like to commit to it.
I got the New York Times Games app, and I do this. I've been doing the spelling bee every day for the past 3 years.
Whoa, cool! And you're spelling things?
Yeah.
What are you going to spell there?
Azalea. The panagram. I did spell azalea.
You spelled azalea? Good.
But I spelled lots of words.
I just glanced at those letters, and then I was like, azalea is one of them.
Yeah, nicely done. But do you know the panagram, the word that uses all the letters?
That's what a panagram is?
Yeah, and it can use some of the letters more than once. But can you figure out what it is?
Oh, it's gazalia.
No, that's not a word.
It's azalea with a G.
No.
Angina.
Okay,
did you spell angina?
I did try, but you need to use an E. You need to use an E.
Okay.
So, because that's the letter in the middle.
Oh,
so
anginae. That's plural anginas.
Okay, let's try that.
I once knew a girl with plural anginas.
I actually think I already tried that.
Yeah, did you?
Case. And it's not a word.
Can't do it.
But legalizing.
Let me guess. Is it legalizing?
Yes, it is. Wow,
I knew
job,
I'd guess it.
guess.
Yeah, thank you very much. You can reuse
the
letters.
The Games app comes with the crossword puzzle.
Oh, shit.
As well as Connections, which is a really fun game, and the Sudoku.
This episode is sponsored by the New York Times Games app.
Yes.
Enjoy our games, the New York Times. Costs some money, but it might be worth it to people who want to pay money for the Games app.
This is one of those rare times where we are pretending to be sponsored, but I actually care about the product.
Wow.
It is a good thing. It is a good thing.
So you don't care about any of these other products that you advertise on your own channel?
No.
Even the one that helps you sleep?
No, I didn't say that. I'm talking about
them?
the ones we advertise here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Speaking of sponsors, we do have a sponsor this week. This episode is sponsored by New Improved Vagina. It's not your mother's vagina.
You're just saying that because you said angina a second ago.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I love their slogan because New Improved Vagina would have a slogan. This isn't your mother's vagina. You know, it's new and improved.
Because it's newer. I mean,
it's so your
mother is older than you.
Yeah,
your mother's older than you.
So. She has an old vagina. I don't mean to offend anybody here, but your mom has a really old vagina.
No, it's just older than you. It's guaranteed to be older than you.
That's what I'm saying. If it's older than you, then it's older. It's old.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about people's moms' vaginas. I don't know why you'd even bring that up.
I don't know why one would bring that up either. But you did. You did bring that up.
Man, that's just twisted, and it's frankly it's upsetting.
Okay, all right. But listen, Greg.
Yeah,
Sudoku. My wife.
Yes,
my wife.
There you go.
Is and has been addicted to Sudoku. She has a Sudoku book, and she will write it in pencil, not in pen, because she's not an insane person. But
okay, all right.
Yeah.
Does she use an eraser with that pencil?
She does.
Okay, great.
And,
great. Some pencils have an eraser on the opposite end of the lead, and it's not actually lead; it's graphite.
That's true. Those are facts.
I'm just glad I could add to the conversation.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 2 is the most common number of pencil.
She used to not do the Sudoku. She did do the Sudoku a lot, and then she stopped. And then the election happened. I noticed that she is back at the Sudoku.
Yeah, because you know what? You don't want to waste your time looking at news. I don't know. Yeah. Here's the deal. The last time Insane Orange Man was in charge, I spent too much time reading about what he did that day or what he said that day, and it's all miserable and it's all lies and it's just all horrible. And so I just decided, it doesn't do any good in my life for me to keep updated on all that shit.
I'm definitely not paying attention as much as I was leading up to the election.
I feel like everybody's going to be that way.
But I'm just going to not pay attention until, I'm forced to, until, something changes in my life because of what's happening,
Yeah.
Which I hope doesn't happen, but we'll see.
I just want to apologize to everyone for what we all have to go through over the next 4 years, and to any conservatives who might be listening. Hey, congratulations, your guy won. That's awesome.
Great. I hope it works out. I hope it works out.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for you guys. Okay, It just goes to show you. See, I can get along with both sides. Look at that.
You're bipartisan. Bipartisan.
Yeah, I'm bipartisan. I have a friend who's bipartisan. He has sex with men and women.
All right. Okay.
What?
Yep. I knew that's where you were going with that. I knew.
And that's fine. It's absolutely fine.
There's certain words. There's certain words around you. They're sexually charged words, Greg.
Why does everything have to be about sex with you?
It's not really me though. It's not. You know what I've been doing, Greg? I'm still doing social media, but I don't know if you know this, but there's been a major migration to Blue Sky.
Yes,
the social media.
I do understand that. Do I need to do that? I really don't want to do any. Once I drop Twitter, I don't want to have a replacement. I don't want to do any of those anymore.
Well, yeah, you don't have to, but Blue Sky is more pleasant so far than Twitter.
But I don't want to spend any time on it. I just want to. The only reason I use Twitter is to get on and go, "Hey guys, Bad Movies Live is we're live now, and here's the movie." And it's on twitch.tv/mediocrefilms every Friday and Sunday. Yeah. Fridays at 6 p.m. Pacific. Hang on, I'm not done yet. Fridays at 6 p.m. Pacific. Hang on.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
Sundays at 5 p.m. Pacific. Come join us. Bad Movies Live. Funniest live stream on Twitch.
Yeah, sure.
Super fun, you guys. Yeah. You're totally missing out if you don't listen to it.
Subscribe to youtube.com/WheezyWaiter.
Come on, Craig. Anyway, do you have to self-promote?
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Okay, so... Blue Sky, totally valid to not want to go on social media.
Yeah.
But what I did today, which is something I used to do a while ago on Twitter, and now I did another one today, and it was lovely. I just wrote a little letter. I said, "Dear Blue Sky, this morning I gave my daughter pancakes, found my boots because it finally snowed, walked the dog, she did a poop, confirmed a recording date with the band Violet Palms that I'm in, 10 days after I was asked, had a cup of coffee and dreamed about another cup of coffee. How are you? Sincerely, Craig." And I wrote a little letter. And you know what? I got a bunch of responses that were a bunch of little letters of what people did that day. And it has become the most pleasant place, my replies from that post. So I'm making the world better, Greg. And you can follow me at wheezywaiter.bsky.social or Twitter or at WheezyWaiter on Twitter, or at, I think, WheezyWaiter on Threads. I did it on all three of those.
Huh.
Yeah.
Now it's time for the Patreon-only bonus section. Starts right now.
Okay.
This portion of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce has been edited out for your listening inconvenience. If you wish to hear the complete, unedited version with the bonus talking, be sure to visit patreon.com/2guys-talking-about-lettuce. And now, back to the edited, not as good version of the podcast.
That's the end of the Patreon-only bonus section. We hope you enjoyed it. It's really good.
Okay, I'm waiting for a question because you said let me ask you something, and then you said that's the end of the Patreon.
I guess I'll ask you on the next Patreon-only bonus section. I guess that's what we'll continue that. Just remind
right
me.
At the beginning of the next Patreon-only section, you're going to start with the question you were going to ask me.
That's right.
There is no possible way you will remember that.
I will.
There's no possible way.
You know why? Because we're going to do the next step. We're going to shoot. We're going to shoot the next episode tomorrow with a full crew. It's going to be great.
Oh,
yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Full crew.
Meaning just you and me. We're the full crew.
Oh, okay.
Can we get on to the title of this episode? Because
sure. That's the most important thing here.
I'm sure people really want us to address it. Here's the title of this episode, of course, as you guys are all familiar with it. Top 5 Davids who aren't famous. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and name what I think are the top 5 Davids who aren't famous, and then you can name your top 5. All right, so number 5, David Lipperton.
Sure, of course.
Number 4, David Matthews.
Never heard of him. Wait, no, I have heard of him. I've heard, yes. Yeah.
No, not Dave Matthews. It's a different guy.
Okay.
This is an accountant.
Sure.
He's the guy's an accountant in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Number 3, David Sonis. And David. Number 2 would be David Barrington. And then, of course, in the number 1 position, top 5 David, is David Howell. So, I mean, these are the top 5 Davids who aren't famous.
I mean,
congratulations.
I can't really say whether I agree with that or not because I've never heard of them.
I mean, I haven't either. Because they're not famous. These
aren't Davids that you know?
No, but that's the thing about not being famous is that people don't know you. But congratulations to those top 5 Davids.
Sure. Wait. But I was going to list some Davids that.
Yeah, you can list.
I know.
You can list. No, you don't have to know them. They're not famous. It's hard to know people who aren't famous.
But I know several Davids. I'm trying to.
Yeah, but they're not.
Try to think
you can't if they're not famous. You can't know them. How are you going to know someone if they're not famous?
No. You can know people who aren't famous. People in your own life.
What?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, you can.
It's not the way it works out in Los Angeles.
Well, yeah. Los Angeles is a different beast. It's a different beast. Right?
Yeah.
But no, I'm going to name a guy named David Krieger, who I knew in kindergarten.
Is it
he was like my first?
You started
friend.
with number 5.
Number 5, because I haven't seen him since like first grade.
Well, if we're going to name people that we knew like in elementary school, I'm going to name David Greenwald. This is to you, David Greenwald.
Now, which number does he fall?
Well, he's not in the top 5, but I'm just going to name him. Sorry, David Greenwald, you didn't make the top 5.
You can't just name Davids. We're naming the top 5 here.
Well, I've already named the top 5, but I just if you're going to shout out to somebody you knew in elementary school, I wanted to do the same thing.
Okay.
Stop arguing with me.
Okay, now I'm going to name David Wolf. He's been in some of my videos, but I wouldn't call that famous. I would. David Wolf is a
pretty sure
friend.
that I knew a David Wolf also. Does he have 2 F's at the end of his name?
He does.
Yeah. That's a common way that men who have the name Wolf spell the last name Wolf. Men do that. Common for men.
I feel like it's just families. Families. Who
Also,
have the
families and women.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, but especially men. The men like to do that. Men do that.
Yeah.
Give me an extra F.
Okay. I think he does have a brother. He doesn't have a sister. He does have a mother whose last name I assume is Wolf as well with 2 F's. But it's not the name she was born with.
This is getting too complicated for me. I can't follow this conversation.
Okay. And then other Davids, we'll say David Smithy, which is someone I don't know.
It could be Alan Smithy's brother. Alan Smithy, famous film director.
Yes, famous. Then we'll say David Shoresberg.
Great. David Shoresberg, absolutely.
Yeah,
Another David you probably don't know.
Yeah. And then David Tamale.
I don't think that's a real David. I think you just said the word tamale.
What?
I don't think there is a David Tamale. I want for you to Google David Tamale with quotes around it and see if you can find a... Right now, Craig Benzine is Googling David Tamale. We shall see in a matter of seconds what the results of this Google search are.
Yep. President David Tamale, founder of OK Doctor on LinkedIn.
Wow. David Tamale.
Well, David Tamale - Sally. So
no, that's not the same.
There's another David Tamale.
Oh, who
There's
is
a
it?
David Tamale on Twitter.
Yeah?
Oh, that might be the same one, actually. He's in
find out.
Uganda.
Uganda.
Yeah.
I don't want Uganda. Uganda.
Okay.
Uganda, you broughta. Yeah! That's good stuff right there. I said words.
Uhira, Uganda.
Yeah!
All right. David Tamale. Yep, there it exists. What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
Great.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
So look, you and I haven't seen each other for a couple of weeks. Tell me something exciting that happened to you in the past 2 weeks.
Okay. There was a guy coming here we have this issue with the foundation of our garage. There's like a hole in it that was like from water damage. And we were having someone come fix it. Okay. Greg, you're having the reactions like you assume this is going to be a boring story. That's what you're doing right now. I'm telling you, it's not. Okay, so he showed up at our door, and he's like, "All right, we need to go around. Can you show me around the back?" So I went to grab my. Oh my god! I went to grab my coat, and I turn around, and he had fallen, and he's on the ground in my front lawn, rolling around, grabbing his head, and going, "Oh, like over and over again." Yeah. And he didn't actually hurt his head. He stepped on a little. It was covered in leaves. It looked like there was a sidewalk, but it was actually like a little divot in our next to the sidewalk. And he tripped and fell, and he was pretty sure he broke his ankle. I had to help him up, and help him to his vehicle, and I assume he drove to the hospital. I asked him if he wanted me to call anyone. He said yes, and then he said no. And then he drove himself.
How long ago did this happen?
About a week ago.
You know, I don't know if we should be talking about this because it might become a legal issue, and these are things you don't want to talk about publicly.
Okay. That's true.
And that's Greg Benson actually being serious here, folks. Sometimes when there are accidents and things which may become legal issues, you don't want to talk about them publicly. So let's just move past this.
Okay, we will move past this.
Wow, but thank you for sharing that story. I have a true story, a thing that happened to me actually last night. Back in early 2023, I shot a role on a new Hulu series called Interior Chinatown. The pilot was directed by Taika Waititi, and it would have been so much fun to work with him if I did, but I didn't because I worked on episode 2. So I missed working with him by 2 days. He was literally on the set 2 days before I was. So I missed Taika Waititi, and I was asking everybody, like, what was it like working with him? And they're like, oh my God, he was amazing. That guy's so great. Yeah.
And then the director you worked with, how were they?
He was fine. He's a nice guy.
Okay. All right.
I don't remember his name. Super nice guy.
Okay.
So I shot Interior Chinatown, just a small role as a befuddled cop. I get a bit befuddled. You know, I play befuddled well. Go ahead, ask me to play befuddled.
Okay, listen, Greg, I would like you to play befuddled.
Nope. So anyway.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not a monkey. I'm not like a dancing monkey who performs for you, on a whim.
But you did ask me to ask you.
I'm a professional actor. I get paid to show up on a set and act. You can't just tell a professional actor like, ugh. Okay. It's like if you were a plumber, I'm not going to go like, oh, you're a plumber, great, fix my sink. Yeah. You're like, no, I don't want to fix your sink. You know?
Yeah.
You can't just boss people around.
Okay, yeah. You're very frustrating to talk to. Okay, go on. Move on. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the true story. So what happened was the show was finally released 2 days ago on Tuesday. finally released. All episodes on Hulu. I'm in episode 2. Again, blink and you'll miss me. It's one of those roles. But I had a couple lines. So Kim and I watched the pilot, and I had read the book before, so did Kim. We read the book, and the book is very confusing. And Kim and I both talked about this. We're like, oh, I'm sure that when they do the TV series, it will be clear as to what's happening. It's not going to be confusing. And we watched the show, and even having read the book, you're watching the show, and you're like, wait, what? What's happening? What? It's so confusing.
What's it called?
Interior Chinatown. It's so confusing. So we watch the pilot, and then we'll watch the second episode because I'm in it, and then I don't know if I'll watch any more.
Okay. That sounds.
Don't get mad at me.
It's a wild endorsement for that show.
Everybody watch Interior Chinatown on Hulu, or don't if you don't feel like it. I'm in it. Doesn't really matter because I'm in it very briefly.
You don't mind saying this publicly that the show was not.
I just did. I just found it confusing. That's all.
Yeah. I think what we've learned here is we shouldn't talk about interesting things that happened to us in the past.
No, we probably shouldn't.
Weeks. No. Sounds like we just bring up awful things,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about lettuce then. I mean, that's supposed to be that's supposed to be the whole point of this podcast, right? We're supposed to talk about lettuce.
Okay. Let's check out some lettuce news. I haven't actually eaten lettuce in a bit. It's been a little bit. When's the last time you ate lettuce?
A couple days ago, I had some tacos, and I put lettuce on the tacos along with some tomatoes and salsa and cheese.
Okay.
And let me tell you something delicious.
Yeah.
I highly recommend tacos. They are delicious.
Yeah. I mean, I had some fish tacos, but they had cabbage.
Yeah. So. I mean, that's close enough. Let's count that.
Okay.
I also had a fish taco yesterday at a taco place.
Oh, I mean, that's good. That's a good place for tacos.
One of my favorite fish taco places, it's a great little restaurant that's near me. I may have even taken you to it. Closed down, and I was so sad about it until about 2 weeks ago when it reopened because it turned out that the owner just didn't want to run the place anymore. And so the owner sold it to the chef, so it reopened with a different name, same exact menu, same exact food, and I'm same exact happy.
Okay.
So I went there with Charlie, and it was just. By the way, I have a son named Charlie. That's who I went with.
Okay, yeah, you don't have to say that every time.
Well, but that's his name. Yeah. How are you going to know his name if I don't tell you his name? Like, I understand that you have a daughter, but you haven't mentioned her name in this one. So how am I supposed to know? Susan, Elizabeth, what's her name?
Because you've heard it before. It doesn't have
Brandy.
All knowledge
what's her
doesn't
name?
originate
Brandy
in the
with an I?
episode we are recording.
I know, but what is her name? Why don't you just tell me her name?
Her name's Ada.
That doesn't sound right.
Okay, no, that's right.
Let's go with Brandy with an I. Brandy. You named her Brandy. Brandy Benzine.
Her name's Brandy.
Alliteration is a common, natural thing. Alliteration.
That's why I named my channel Wheezy Waiter.
Wheezy Waiter and your daughter, Brandy Benzine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Brandy.
What is she now, 30? How old's your daughter, 30, 35?
She just turned 7.
That would be really weird if she was 35. Because I think that's
about
how old your wife
her when I was 9.
Your daughter had her when your wife, who could also be your daughter, had her when she was 0.
0, yeah.
Right? Isn't she about 35? I shouldn't say your wife's age on this.
Yeah.
It's another thing we shouldn't talk about.
Yeah, probably not. I don't think she cares though. Yes, she's 35.
She just started a new job. I understand. She's working at that really great restaurant.
Yeah, she is at a coffee shop / restaurant, and
great.
it's.
I went there.
You did.
To another
There's a
location.
new one that's closer to our house.
I love it.
And she works at it, and it's great.
I wonder if like David Lipperton or David Howell ever goes to that one and or meets up with David Barrington or any of those Davids.
What about David Tamale?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe David Tamale goes there too. Meets up with David Matthews or David Sanis.
I wonder if David Krieger, my kindergarten friend, ever showed up.
It's possible.
There.
Maybe they meet up there when they were like, oh, it's Wednesday. It's David Day. Wednesday's David Day, by the way.
Oh yeah. Yeah, everyone knows. So listen, lettuce news.
Yeah, let's hear it.
The slept-on lettuce variety that will shine in your next salad. So this lettuce is slept on.
Oh, so it's like a lettuce that not a lot of people know about?
Yes.
It's like an up-and-coming lettuce.
Yeah.
Great.
Maybe it's not up-and-coming. It's just one that people should appreciate more.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to hear about it. This is going to change my life. Let's hear about it.
oak leaf lettuce.
Oak leaf, never heard of it. I'm writing it down.
Okay, write it down.
Oak. Is it one word, oak leaf, or 2 words?
One word.
One word.
Oak leaf. Yeah.
Leaf lettuce. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Tell me more about it.
Greg, we need to do a YouTube video where we do a blind lettuce taste test.
Okay, great. I'd love it.
And we decide which one is the best tasting. And we try to guess them, even though my knowledge of lettuce is very slim. But we can try to guess which one is which, and then guess which one we like the most.
That's great. Fly out here tomorrow. And we'll shoot it tomorrow.
You fly out here.
No, fly here. It's my idea first. So you fly here for my lettuce idea video.
This was not your
taste
idea.
Test.
Maybe
the lettuce taste test. Yes,
not
my
your idea.
I had that idea.
No,
and as like we're going to shoot it right here in my kitchen. So fly on out. It's going to be great.
Today is the first day of snow here in Wisconsin.
Yeah? Oh my God! Congratulations.
Well, thank you. And I kind of do want to fly out of here. So
is there a lot of snow outside?
No, not a giant amount. Here, can I show you? I'm going to show you.
Please do.
I'm going to have to walk away from the microphone, and I'm going to unplug my computer from my monitor, and hopefully that doesn't destroy things. But let's do it.
Oh God, I'm so nervous.
Oh, then I will unplug it from the microphone. I don't know if I should do it. Let's see. See if I can. Yeah.
Wait.
There we go. You see it?
Yeah. There's white outside. Yeah, there's white on the ground.
That's snow. That's snow right there.
How do I know that's actual snow and not just artificial snow like they use in those indoor ski slope, like practice slopes?
Sure. I don't live near
that stuff's made like
slope.
a plastic, I guess, like little pieces of plastic that stick up.
No.
How do I know that that's not that stuff?
I don't think it's plastic.
What
they use for ski slopes?
Yeah, for indoor practice slopes, like in Texas, they have a big indoor practice slope.
Oh well, I'm not familiar with.
I think they're
because I live in the Arctic, so I don't need that.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody lives in the Arctic.
Okay, is an exaggeration.
Yeah, no, that's strange. It's very strange.
It's real snow because I live in Wisconsin and I don't live near a ski slope or an artificial ski slope.
Wow,
so why would you think that would be artificial?
Look, I don't know. All I was telling you is that there's trouble at the mill. That's all. I didn't expect a kind of Spanish Inquisition.
Okay, well, you weren't talking about trouble at the mill.
I know, but I'm quoting Monty Python. Can't a guy just quote Monty Python sometimes?
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Like that?
Chief, weapons are. Okay.
Yeah.
Oak leaf lettuce. Tell me more.
Okay. Named after the resemblance to a leaf from an oak tree.
Shit.
Red oak leaf lettuce comes tinged with a purpley red tip.
Oh man.
Like other lettuce types.
I know something else that has a purpley red tip. We just dog sat recently.
Okay, that's enough. The leaves are rather delicate and have a fresh, sweet, and slightly nutty flavor and buttery texture.
Oh man, you've got a slightly nutty flavor.
I hope not. I'm allergic to nuts.
Sometimes you. No, I'm just saying. Sometimes you are slightly nutty. I mean, your personality has a slightly nutty flavor.
Greg,
it's true.
I've never felt more insulted in my life.
No, come on. You're slightly nutty. Just your flavor.
Greg, get fucked. Get fucked.
Oh my God, I'd love to. Thank you. That is the nicest thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're welcome.
honestly, I haven't since this past weekend, so it's time.
Okay. All right. Well, great. I don't need to know that. I don't.
Yeah.
Really.
Why don't you tell us how often you and
no,
you're not.
We don't need to talk. We don't.
You're not going to go into that.
We don't need to talk about that.
Okay, I'm just thinking it'd be good.
That's personal stuff.
Be good conversation. I know, but I mean, sometimes we get personal. You know, we talk about stuff. I'm just saying.
What happened to your voice there? You're trailing off a little bit.
I was just saying.
You're what's going on?
I do.
Greg, are you? I think you're having another stroke. I think you're.
And that's the end of this episode of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. My name is Greg Benson.
My name is Greg Benzine, and my dog is barking. I don't know if you can hear that.
Oh man, your feet are tired? That's amazing.
Nope, that's not what I mean.
I'm talking about
literal.
I'm talking about lettuce. I'm talking about lettuce. I'm talking about lettuce.